You have the spirit to fight back, but the good sense to control it. Your eyes are full of hate, 41. That's good. Hate keeps a man alive. It gives him strength. Now listen to me, all of you. You are all condemned men. We keep you alive to serve this ship. So row well and live.
Ship ready, Consul.
Strike oars.
Strike oars!
Seeker Count Hebron. Name?
Samuel.
What city?
Joppa.
What family?
Michael to Joppa.
Move on, move on.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Allison, and I work for the U.S. Census Bureau, and I'm here to conduct a census questionnaire. We can do our questionnaires right here on the phone. We can just...
In the 7th year of the reign of Augustus Caesar, an imperial decree ordered every Judean each to return to his place of birth to be counted and taxed.
President Joe Biden plans to beef up IRS enforcement of higher earners in the U.S. Sources say he'll seek $80 billion to fund a crackdown on tax evasion. The White House believes enforcing tax violations will add $700 billion in revenue for the government, which will help pay for President Biden's American Families Plan.
Imperial Rome is the center of the empire, an undisputed master of the world. But with this power, inevitably comes corruption. No man is sure of his life. The individual is at the mercy of the state. Murder replaces justice. Rulers of conquered nations surrender their helpless subjects to bondage. High and low alike become Roman slaves, Roman hostages. There is no escape from the whip and the sword.
When it comes to the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, your first thoughts are likely about money and taxes, not tactical training. That's the kind of training, though, typically associated with the FBI or Secret Service.
Yes, but as Christine Noel shows us, the tax man is also getting trained in a similar way.
It's a training day for agents of the Internal Revenue Service CI division.
Criminal investigations, it's its own operating division within IRS. They receive extensive training in law, in the application of law, in executing enforcement operations, in the use of firearms, and other related topics.
Most people associate this kind of training with the FBI, Secret Service, but not the IRS.
I didn't even know the IRS had a criminal investigative unit before I started, so I think a lot of people would be surprised that IRS has criminal investigators.
This year, IRS Criminal Investigations commemorates 100 years of service.
Open up.
Water for the soldiers! Soldiers first!
Water!
Get away from that well! No water for them! Get them away from that well! Come on, you! Come on, you! Water for the horses!
Water! Water!
Soldiers first! Here!
We're going to turn now to the staggering rise in food insecurity. Those long lines we've been seeing all week tell a devastating story. Just look at these pictures in Queens, New York. And it's playing out across the country with many who have never had to line up for food donations before. Tonight, here's Maria Villarreal.
How long you been here?
8:15 this morning.
8:15.
Like the lines for free food in New Orleans, desperation is growing by the day. Most of these first-time families are filled with fear and uncertainty.
What are you missing at home? What's
Milk, like milk, eggs, bread. We need help, like probably every city does.
Registration with the Selective Service is a requirement for men living in the U.S., citizen and non-citizens alike. Watch our Who Must Register video to see if you're required to register. This should be done within 30 days of turning 18. If you're over 18 and wondering if you can still register, the hard cutoff is age 26. If you haven't registered by then, some doors may be closed to you for life, including federal student aid, all federal jobs, and free career training. Registration can be done one of two ways, either by visiting our website at sss.gov or through a mail-in form. Online registration is by far the easiest way to register. It takes less than a minute as long as you have your social security number ready.
The Army is developing its own COVID-19 vaccine, and it's going to start testing it on adult volunteers at a facility just outside of Washington, D.C. Army doctors will test it just to make sure it's safe and effective. If the data comes out positive, it's likely the Army will work with a drug company to continue testing and developing the vaccine.
If you are a vaccinated soldier and you've received 2 vaccines, you're incredibly low risk of contracting the virus and bringing it back. You pose minimal to no risk to bringing that back in your travels. And for them, they'll be able to take leave unhindered and with no sort of additional requirements. For those soldiers who choose, and it's your right and your ability to choose not to take the vaccine, we will prudently apply, and we're considering all different measures of how we will actually have you be able to travel safely and what that might look like. And we're considering the full range of options, whether that's a restriction on how far you can go in order to keep you in a relatively safe bubble, or increasing the reporting requirements and approval processes for you to be able to do this so it can all be independently reviewed. I've made no decisions, but if you are an unvaccinated soldier, you should not consider it business as usual as you start making plans with your family. And you will have to overcome a certain level in order to be able to take leave. Okay, so this is not going to be business as usual if soldiers choose not to be vaccinated. I'm telling this now because it takes about 5 weeks for you to take 2 doses and then receive the full benefit for all of us for you taking that vaccine. So 5 weeks out from now puts us sort of in the middle of June, plenty of time before school lets out and people start taking leave. But I want to repeat that we are considering all options. I've not made a decision on what these new measures are going to look like. But if you are an unvaccinated soldier and you are planning on taking leave, you should not consider it business as usual, because it certainly will not be. It would be irresponsible for me to allow soldiers to travel unvaccinated throughout the United States and bring that back and have an impact on our soldiers, our families, and our overall operational readiness.
By staying apart in those early months, Ohioans actually came together, saving countless lives.
A payoff for Ohio's sacrifice. Wednesday, June 2nd, outside of nursing and group homes, the mask and distancing orders will expire. Governor Mike DeWine says it's the work Ohio has put in that brought COVID cases down and vaccinations up.
What you have done has truly worked. Now we have a powerful weapon that is almost 100% effective in beating this virus. The vaccine is here. It's stronger and better than medical experts ever imagined.
And with those vaccines, another group is added to the mix. 12 to 15-year-olds can roll up their sleeve as soon as tomorrow morning.
Reported that cases in children represented more than 22% of all new cases now. Getting these children vaccinated is just so vitally important.
But the state of Ohio is not just asking you to get vaccinated. Taking time to get the shot could turn into time well spent starting May 26th.
This announcement will occur each Wednesday for 5 weeks, and the winner each Wednesday will receive $1 million.
At least 18, at least one shot, at least 5 chances at $1 million if you're an Ohio resident.